Let me tell you a story of a company known for mainly one thing, metal guitar, known so well within that niche that taking a step outside of it could actually be a risk for them. This company has honed into a very certain particular skill set and workflow design that is, if nothing else, top tier. Neural DSP reached out to me via Instagram asking me if I wanted to take a look at a new plugin that they have not done before. And when they told me what it was, I was excited and skeptical. And when I tried it, I was blown away. Let's talk about it. Neural DSP has made themselves a channel strip, a vocal channel strip that honestly has a whole lot more use cases than just that, but they may have completely redefined what a channel strip is and what it can do. Well, let me show you what I've got going on. So I have a session here. It's a metal session. There are a ton of vocals. Some of those are still set up on my old channel strip and mixing chain. Some of them are set up with Mantra. Now, this is not a mixed song. This is right off. I'm not mixing this song. Someone else is mixing this. So this is as we tracked it. This is where we left it. Oh, by the way, guys, you just woke up. This is Yuri, new studio dog. Say hi, Yuri. Let's just take a listen to what we have here.
Words are missing and I'm terrified that I can't keep going if I volatilize the way. I try to feel a change but it just dissolves. I'm running straight for a cliff but there's nothing to break my fall. I'm fighting just to hold the line.
Let me show you a starting point here. Lead vocal on one of our verses here. It's just duplicated in one set. All this stuff is inactive, my in the box stuff. One is completely raw and one is going through a 1084, going line in so I can hit the EQ. It is hitting a distressor. It is hitting an LA2A on limit mode. So this is a pricey tag. Whatever that costs, we'll put it up on the screen. Right off the bat, I mean, you can hear the raw here.
I'm missing and I'm terrified that I can't keep going if I volatilize the way.
That's our complete raw. This is my Outboard mix chain for a lead vocal.
I'm missing and I'm terrified that I can't keep going if I volatilize the way.
And that's hitting it not that hard. So if I were to dig in, give me a second here.
I'm missing and I'm terrified that I can't keep going if I volatilize the way.
That's pretty decently saturated. So let's instantiate Mantra. Now, first things first, this is what pulls up. So we've got our monitoring mode, play audio to get started.
I'm missing and I'm terrified that I can't keep going if I volatilize the way. I'm missing and I'm terrified that I can't keep going if I volatilize.
So I had to give it enough audio if I want to use this Sculpt thing, which comes right up. It's basically, think of it like a dynamic EQ. It's going to push the signal into this particular shape that we have. It's going to take this kind of low, mid, heavy thing and then push it into these other shapes that we may want. We have two different modes here, monitoring and mixing. And if we go here, this is the track we're on, the one that's soloed right here. You can see the compensation is 1974 because there's a whole lot of other plugins going on. But if I get rid of Mantra, delay on this is 0. So the delay in mixing mode on this is 149 samples of delay, which is not much. I could use that in a broadcast context. I could use that while bands are here tracking, and I have it's just like putting a compressor on it, where I would normally use like RVox or gain reduction, like JST gain reduction, fantastic. Using that, like I can use this right alongside it, and there's a whole lot more tools involved. Let's go ahead and toss this into mixing because that gets us a few other things. In this Sculpt, it adds a dynamic EQ here, which even pushes this thing more into a shape that we want. At the top of the list of these curves, you have tube EQ loudness.
I'm missing and I'm terrified that I can't can't keep.
I'm going to turn these effects off. And yeah, there's effects built in here. Let's turn those off and just go back here.
I'm missing and I'm terrified that I can't keep going if I volatilize the why. I'm missing and I'm terrified that I can't keep going if I volatilize the why.
There's a lot happening right off the bat. It instantiated a gate for us, which is helpful. I tend to like this balanced one right here for most things, but just the other things that they have put in here definitely makes this more useful. But we have a De-Esser here, and like you can see as you click through, we have
I'm missing and I'm
full visual feedback of what's happening here.
I'm missing and I'm terrified that I can't keep going if I volatilize the why.
On our De-Esser,
I'm missing and I'm terrified that I can't keep going if I volatilize.
not a whole lot happening in DS land right now. That's okay. But I mean, look, the amount of things that we can do here, like if we want, we can hit it pretty hard. So I'm going to bring that back down because I don't know that it needs it. EQ, we have got a heck of an EQ here. The only bummer that I notice with this EQ is that you can't change what you're looking at. For example, over here, can I make this bigger? Is this scalable? Perfect. We have plus 24 dB over here. That makes any move I make very sensitive. It would kind of be helpful to get in here a little tighter, but I mean, it is what it is.
I'm missing and I'm terrified that I can't keep going if I volatilize the why.
Compressor is super interesting. So we have tube, stress, and multi. Tube, it's basically set up like an LA2A, right? Or you can think of it like that. You have the compression, you have the limit, which I'm using on my other channel strip.
I'm missing and I'm terrified that I can't keep going if I volatilize the why.
I have a distressor here, which I typically put in 4:1 with a slower attack and a quicker release. So let's see what that does.
I'm missing and I'm terrified that I can't keep going if I volatilize the why.
Feels familiar to me. Multiband, this is not something I typically do with a vocal anyway, but I can see its uses.
I'm missing and I'm terrified that I can't keep going if I volatilize the why.
You can see how aggressive you can get here.
I'm missing and I'm terrified that I can't keep going if I volatilize the why.
So we're going to keep it on distressor just because, and we have a whole saturation circuit here.
I'm missing and I'm terrified that I can't keep going if I volatilize the why.
We can blend in either tape tube or digital saturation. Check this out.
I'm missing and I'm terrified that I can't keep going if I volatilize the why. I'm missing and I'm terrified.
I love that sound.
I'm missing and I'm terrified that I can't keep going if I volatilize the why.
Let's see where we ended up. Here's raw.
I'm missing and I'm terrified that I can't keep going.
See what it sounds like in context.
I'm missing and I'm terrified that I can't keep going if I volatilize the why.
My old chain here, it was metric halo, Pro Q4, RVox, maybe gain reduction if I wanted it, and then Pro DS. Let's hear that.
I'm missing and I'm terrified that I can't keep going if I volatilize the why.
It doesn't sound bad, but it sounds flat compared to where we are now with Mantra.
I'm missing and I'm terrified that I can't keep going.
Here's the cool part. I want to change this to mono to stereo. So it's going to keep where we're at. And now we have access to all these effects in stereo.
I'm missing and I'm terrified that I can't keep going if I volatilize the why.
We have different types of analog delay, digital delays, dual delay.
I'm missing and I'm
circular delays. There's a whole duck circuit built in here to get the delay out of the way of your vocal.
I'm missing and I'm terrified that I can't keep going if I volatilize the why.
And then it's going to bring it up at the end. That is such a handy tool to have right here inside the box. Does that go away when we hit the tracking? No, that stays.
I'm missing and I'm terrified.
Switching to tracking, that is one thing that stays, and we are still at 149 samples. That is freaking handy. Reverb.
I'm missing and I'm terrified that I can't keep going if
I mean, having all these tools right here, like, is this the best delay in the world? No. Is this the best reverb in the world? No. Is this the best modulation, chorus, and doubler? Actually, the doubler's pretty dope. No. But having all of this in one spot, I have literally never seen that before. So like the speed you can go and having everything like sounding like a record while you're tracking it is dumb. Oh, if I didn't mention it before, you have Autotune built in here and a harmony generator. So let's go to A flat major. We could go back to our original screen. We could turn on tuning.
I'm missing and I'm terrified that I can't keep going if I volatilize the why.
Slow that down. Let's increase humanization and tolerance a little bit.
I'm missing and I'm terrified that I can't keep going if I volatilize the why.
Just a little bit of correction. I mean, you can go hard. You can do the T-Pain thing, but I hate that sound. Doubler. Check this doubler out.
I'm missing and I'm terrified that I can't keep going if I volatilize the why.
That right there is one of the wildest doublers, and it's just built in.
I'm missing and I'm terrified that I can't keep going if I volatilize the why.
One of my favorite choruses is actually a free chorus, Tall.
I'm missing and I'm terrified.
So Tall is a free plugin. If you don't have it, you should go out and download it. Tall Chorus LX. That is one of my favorites, and like, this beats the crud out of it.
I'm missing and I'm terrified that I can't keep going if I volatilize the why.
It's so much fun. Oh, and by the way, if you noticed here, like you have a harmonies mix and a main vocal mix on all of these. And here, there's a whole harmony engine built into this thing. It's not something I've really messed with all that much because that's not the type of music I make, or that's not how I kind of build vocal stacks. But especially with a MIDI input, and you can do a MIDI input right over here, you've got a crazy like vocoder built in. Like you could Imagine heap the crap out of this thing.
I'm missing and I'm terrified that I can't keep going if I volatilize the why.
Big unison.
I'm missing and I'm terrified that I can't keep going if I...
Tone clusters. Here we go. This will be gross.
I'm missing and I'm terrified that I can't keep going if I volatilize the why.
Well, do you hear how it's messing with tuning and timing and actually giving you like a faithful recreation of a double? Again, this is not something that I use a whole lot. I imagine for the right person in the right project, that would be crazy useful, just having something under the hood all the time. Where this really starts to get bonkers, and I guess we can take a look at in context here. Okay, so this is Mantra, and we're going to go back and forth between Mantra and my outboard chain. Now keep in mind I'm going to lose a couple effects, so I'm going to turn on my effects chain here.
The existential dread is falling the wall right over my eyes. The existential dread is falling the wall right over my eyes. The existential dread is pulling the wool right over my eyes. The existential dread is pulling the wool right over my eyes. The existential dread is pulling the wool right over my eyes.
I love the sound that my outboard stuff gives it, right? And maybe it's more helpful to do this in context. Let's take a listen.
The existential dread is pulling the wool right over my eyes. The existential dread is pulling the wool right over my eyes.
I'm really impressed with the saturation characteristics that are built into this. It makes sense. A company coming from basically researching what makes guitars saturate and break up the way they do, they've brought that to the vocal and it makes complete sense. So again, when they said they were making like a vocal plugin, I got pumped. I was excited, but skeptically so, until we brought it into a session. A ton of built-in presets here, and I'm sure this is only going to grow. But we have all these aggressive things here, which we could expect from Neural DSP, like in the metal niche. Like they had to go hard in this arena. It's so gross. I love it so much. You can do so much with one plugin instantiated. I am curious to try this on bass. Crisp bass DI. Clean bass DI. Clean bass DI. All right. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Getting the 2BQ on a DI now. So what did it do here? Yeah. It's cutting right around like 20. So one thing I might do is like find 150 and just like carve the snot out of it. I wonder, putting parallax after that kind of beefy DI, what that's gonna do. Now this does have a tube bus. Let's see what that looks like. MixBus tube saturation. I'm not sure I want that. Crisp MixBus. It's interesting that it didn't know the monitor input mode was stereo, even though I'm instantiated a stereo mode of the plugin. That's not bad. I mean, the tools are here, but I think there's a lot of usefulness in the tools and the workflow. Coming from a company that builds systems like they do, the workflow and time saved in one $200 plugin, which I'm assuming the price is $200. I don't know. When we were talking to them, I guessed that this might be $200 because it's a fully functional channel strip, right? That's not going to be the most expensive channel strip that I would have even purchased. Of course, if you're into like some Waves SSL stuff, like that's going to be cheaper. When is a Waves plugin not $29 or $39? This is something different entirely. I don't know what else to say. It feels really good. I have not found a channel strip like this that has this many things a sculpting EQ, which dynamically pushes it into a certain shape, another EQ to finish that out, tuning built in if you want it, a harmony engine if you want it, de-essing that is really powerful, compression, different types of circuits, and then you can manipulate those circuits if you want, saturation, different types of saturation characteristics, and all of this is automatable. We haven't even talked about effects. Everything's automatable. A company, for their first dive, or at least what I think is their first dive into a vocal plugin. I have not seen anything from Neural DSP, but admittedly, the only other thing that I have from them is Parallax. And the only other thing that I really know of them is amp modelers. And of course, like the Quad Cortex, which I don't have. I'd love to try one. But a company coming from that and studying saturation profiles makes a ton of sense that this feels really, really good. Is this going to be for everybody? I don't know. It's definitely more tilted towards rock, but it's a channel strip. You can use it literally anywhere. The tools here do kind of lend themselves to a certain type of genre workflow, but if you're kind of new school in the box anyway, you could use this stuff anywhere. You could use it as buses. You could use it to saturate your tube. Like, there's limiters built in. There's not a whole lot that's not here, honestly. And if it is $200 and it gets rid of thousands in other plugins, potentially, then that might be a pretty good way to save some cash. All other things aside, like, I really enjoy this plugin. Its usefulness and speed has been crazy helpful in a number of different sessions. And even during the tracking phase, being able to hear where we want a vocal to go. Take from that what you will. If there's a trial, go check it out. I assume there'll be a trial. There's typically a trial for Neural DSP. If there's not, I'm sorry. Go check it out. Give it at least a test drive. It is interesting, and I have not found another plugin that really reacts like this. Neural DSP Mantra. Go check it out. If you guys like this one, hit the like button, subscribe down below. If you want to see something completely different, and how about an Outboard channel strip? Why don't you go check out this video down here on the Neve Newton. See ya.